Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what's going on this week for the Scorpios, please, my guides. What do you got for us here? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. I know the Scorpios like the shadow work, so let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What's up? And my friends, that card popped out super quick. So we have something regarding time. Okay, whatever situations you're dealing with, whatever's going on, time could be very crucial for whatever reason when that card shows up here. So we'll talk about that. We'll peel back the layers before we do, though. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check it out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate the like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look here at our beautiful friend. She's wearing that shawl. She is holding the hourglass, and the sand is slipping through her fingers. So to me, when I see this, I just think of the Saturnian concept of time, right? And it affects people in different ways. I do believe that time, even though it is, you know, we all count it the same way, it's subjective, right? Sometimes we feel like we're waiting for something forever. So some of you might be in that mode where it's like, damn, I've been waiting forever. Or time might feel like it's dragging, but there's other people that experience the reverse. Like, damn, where's all the time going? Like, it's already May. Like, it was like yesterday was January. So there could be certain situations, whether you're waiting for time to pass or time has passed, it all affects us in different ways, and it could be affecting whatever situations you're going through. Okay, so you might want to take a look at it. We'll just put her right there. We're going to get into tarot now. I'll get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. And I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's shuffle it up here one time. Let's see what we got for you, Scorpio. Talk to me, my gods. What do you got for us Scorpios here in May? So, last week's reading was pretty beautiful. It was titled An Explosive Victory. And I'll just say this, Scorpio, in the past month, it's like I'm running out of adjectives for victories and wins, seriously, because it's like week after week after week. Even if you're going through tough things, like the energy has been so good that you can channel it for the future. But yeah, last week's explosive victory, hopefully you've had one, right? Because it has been in the ether. And remember that these energies can drift from week to week. And it has been like 3 or 4 solid weeks where all the energy around in Scorpio has been really nice. But as you know, with everything, what goes up must come down. But we'll just see how it goes. You know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Let's get you 3, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Let's see what's going on. So we are starting off with action, movement, Knight of Swords, position number 1. Fast moving, that's another thing I've been seeing in the Scorpio readings, is like things are moving quick, things are moving fast. Okay, let's get 2 more, or you want them to. Maybe you're just, yeah, even faster. This is crazy. This is almost hectic, the way we're starting this reading off, Scorpio. So hopefully you're, like, things aren't starting to go off the rails here. When we start with the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, these are extremely fast types of energies. So, wow, we're not slowing down, okay? We have the Ace of Wands right here. All extremely powerful energies. And with the Ace of Wands came out a bonus. We got the Queen of Wands right there as another little footnote. So we got to talk about this, Scorpio. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. So looking down at this spread at first glance, I just want to mention, I remember last week we had the Ace of Wands. That energy is still holding over. But faster, and it's just still this explosive forward momentum, forward movement type of energy. Now we'll see if it's positive or challenging, but let's go through, because we have air, we have fire, we have water, like tons of stuff happening here. But position number 1, the Knight of Swords. Okay, this could represent an air sign that you're connected to. And you see this individual, they got the sword out, they are in full flight heading towards something. When I see the Knight of Swords, I think of moving towards something like a rocket, like rocket boosters, full flight. Here we go. So we're starting with a boom and we're continuing with this very heavy action. That's why I said it almost feels kind of hectic here. or like uncontrollable in some sort of way. The Knight of Swords can be very good for progress. It could be very good for momentum and making changes, but this can also be combative, right? And same could be said for the Chariot as well. Both of these energies can be combative, like if something tries to stop them. So we really want to see how all this plays out. I think the clarifiers are going to be extra important here. But we are starting with that almost uncontrollable, explosive energy throughout the whole top of this reading. Now, moving to the center, we have the Chariot. This can represent a Cancer or a Cancerian in your life. Maybe you have some Cancerian placements. I know I have several water sign placements myself. But this is a card, once again, very fast movement, forward momentum. Now, when we get a lot of these cards, they can represent distance and travel. So maybe some of you are wanting to take a trip, or you're on the road, or you're here, there, and everywhere. There's just a lot of movement here in this week's reading. And we're picking it up last week as well. Chariot is very determined to keep it moving, keep it pushing. So we really want to see what's up here. But once again, this can be combative. I always say the Chariot was always made as an instrument of war. So when we see it next to the Knight, these are both warlike types of energy. So we want to see what's up. Hopefully you're not going to war with somebody in some sort of way. But let's just put this down here. And let's keep it moving, because we're not really slowing down as we progress through the reading. Because at the very tail end, we have the Ace of Wands. And I was describing it last week. You might be burning very hot. This is a big card of opportunity, as are all aces. The Ace of Wands, obviously, is a phallic symbol. So this could represent the libido, sexuality. You might be burning red hot when this card shows up in that realm. But we're not going to keep our minds in the gutter. Once again, this Ace of Wands can be explosive and good towards forward movement, forward momentum, but it can be combative. So are you picking up a theme here? There's a lot of volatility, and we see it in every section. So whether that's within you or what's going on around you. For some of you, you might be cool, calm, and collected, and you're like, what the hell is going on around me? What's going on, like, with all these people? So we really want to dive deeper on all this, but we're going to move over to this Queen of Wands, more fiery energy. But the one thing I will say about this, if you're not connected to a fire sign, this is a card of self-confidence. So a portion of you, you might be feeling like really, really good, very confident, on top of the world. But for another portion of you, when she shows up, it might be Spirit saying like, hey, maybe you should have a little more confidence in yourself. Don't be down in the dumps. This is a beautiful, sexy, gorgeous type of card. So if you're not feeling yourself, maybe Spirit's asking you to like, and maybe you're paying attention to your looks or something as well. When I get the Queen of Wands, this could be somebody changing their hairstyle, changing their style. There's like a lot of different things here, but the name of the game is self-confidence with her. So we have a lot of different moving pieces. Let's dive deeper on all of it, Scorpio. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, we're going to get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's reset this deck. What do we got for Scorpio, please, my gods? I mean, hopefully we're moving towards positivity again, but you never know. I am getting these little undertones, like the uncontrollable, hectic. We'll see. But yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Swords. And yes, my friends, if you're a tarot reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Swords time. Why is that Knight of Swords in the mix, please? Nice and quick. All right, thank you. Page of Swords. Okay. So maybe some of you feel like you got eyes on you. Like there literally might be someone that has eyes on you. I'm getting this cat and mouse chase type of game. There could be somebody that's watching you, and you might not want them to, for whatever the reason. I'm picking up that intuitive vibe with this Page of Swords. I'm also getting a bashful type of energy as well, because when you compare a page to the Knight, they're of the same suit. One is more evolved than the other. So maybe you're dealing with somebody where, and I hate to put it like this, I don't like comparing myself to other people. I know most people don't like doing that, but there might be somebody that isn't as evolved as you as well, or they don't see things the way you do. There's just like something missing there. I'm picking up so many different things, but I will say this, with this Page of Swords under this Knight of Swords, there might be someone watching you. You know, they have their eyes on. You might be under the microscope, so just keep that in mind, okay? I'm not saying that in a nefarious way. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, but for a portion of you, I feel like you don't want these eyes on you for whatever reason, because it looks like this one's watching, this one's trying to like get out of the way. Let's see how this plays out. We'll see how it plays out. I don't want to really speak about it too much, but we're still getting that action, that forward momentum and movement. Lots of air here in the beginning. For a portion of you, maybe you feel like you're carrying all the weight and someone's not doing much. Like, just take that for what it's worth. Because I feel like action, 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 this person's watching, watching, watching. So let's see what's up with the Chariot. That might be a very specific message for some of you. Where's the Chariot here? Thank you. All right, what has you so amped up, my friends? We have the Death card in the upright underneath this Chariot. That is your card. That is the card for us, right? Because you all know I'm part of the Scorpio collective too. So the Death card, I think, is beautiful in its own way. It could represent rising from the ashes like a phoenix. It's a card of the karmic cycles of life. But in a Scorpio reading, I just have to read it. Like, Scorpio, like, you want to go. Like, there is something you want to do. You want to go. You want to get this done. If you're not feeling that in the coming days and weeks, you might. I'm not saying it's a flight response. For a portion of you, it might be, but there could be something you're wanting to do, whether it is take a trip or a vacation or make a big change in your life. Like, this is like, let's go. I want to go, and I want to go now. I want to go yesterday. Like, let's get this going. That's a huge vibe I'm picking up here. For a portion of you, yes, this could be something coming to a close, possibly. Okay, but since it's a Scorpio reading, I'm not going to read the Death card how I normally do with the other signs. Like, we incorporate different with the Death card, I think. Right? We understand it. So we're going to keep moving. But this feels very hectic for some reason. It still feels very hectic. It still feels very uncontrollable. You might be running around a lot, or there's just a lot you want to do. Like, it's frantic. This is almost a frantic type of energy. We're going to keep moving over to the Ace of Wands. Okay, you might need to release this energy somehow because it feels very powerful. Let's see why that Ace of Wands is here. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. Why is that Ace of Wands here? Thank you. Seven of Wands. Yeah. I mean, I would advise people not to really try to stop you from doing what you want to do in this time. If you're cross-watching for a Scorpio, I would advise you to let things calm down for a little bit. Let them do what they got to do what they want to do for whatever reason. Because this Seven of Wands in reverse underneath this Ace of Wands, it's like, yeah, only one person is going to win this. Okay, and remember, I've been saying, like, possible button heads or war. If there is some sort of explosive conflict or butting heads, like, just let Scorpio do what Scorpio does, because only one person's going to come out on top here. Intuitively, I just feel like I need to say that. Now, the Seven of Wands is usually a card of, you know, determination, back against the wall. I'll do what I got to do. But it can be combative once again. It's in reverse. So when I see it underneath this Ace of Wands, it's like, all right, just let them do what they want. Like, this energy is so powerful, so hectic, a lot of stuff happening. Don't try to control an outcome. Don't try to fight against something. Just let, like, it is what it is. Whatever will be type of energy. Like, do not try to get in someone's way in this time. That's just the vibe I'm picking up, Scorpio. Okay? Like, and I could give other messages too. That's just the main one I'm picking up. But there's this frantic, unstoppable movement type of energy. Let's go through and do a quick recap so I could try to recapture some of the stuff I was talking about. Because even throughout the reading, it's been making me feel frantic, just feeling the vibe coming off the cards. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we are starting with so much fire, passion, action, whatever you want to call it. But we have the Knight of Swords with the Page of Swords underneath it. There could be someone that has eyes on you. And for a portion of you might not want that to be, but there could be somebody having you under the microscope. Some of you might be playing a little game of cat and mouse, or just trying to get out of someone's view for whatever reason. There's also a little bashfulness as well. There could be someone that's watching in a bashful way. I'm getting 2 possible individuals. One is a little more evolved than the other. So take from that what you will. But moving to the center, we have the Chariot with the Death card, the Scorpio card in the upright. So sure, some of you, there could be a fast approaching karmic shift or an ending or closing out of something, absolutely. But it is giving me this ramped up type of energy, like burning hot. A lot of Scorpios, like, you might want to go, you might want to do something. Like, I want to go, I want to do it now, let's do this, let's go. It is like super pumped up. And as we move to the back, I would advise anyone close to really not try to put roadblocks in your way, because that could cause some resistance here. We have the Ace of Wands with the Seven of Wands in reverse. I could say for a lot of Scorpios, this could be you blowing past or blowing through any resistance, because this energy is so unstoppable and powerful. But for anyone cross-watching, let things mellow out. Let your Scorpio do what they're going to do, because it's only going to cause issues, like if you try to control or stop them for whatever reason. So Scorpio, please take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get you a shadow card. This was a super interesting one, probably the most interesting one I've done all week. But let's shuffle it up and see what I got for you. What do we got for Scorpio? Feels neutral too. I don't feel like treachery, but at the same time, I'm not feeling like total victory like I've been feeling in recent weeks. It's like things could bounce either way. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. I mean, I liked reading it. It was fun. But we'll see how my week goes, right? Let's get you one shadow card. Thank you. Temperance. And it is so interesting how cards work to me, because we have this fired up, active, like almost frantic energy all reading long, and in the shadows we get the Temperance card, right? Like it's almost like my spirit team is joking around with us here. But Temperance could represent a Sagittarius that's left a mark on you. We did have another card that represents Saggy in the reading itself. But what does Temperance speak about? Having patience, slowing it down. Yes, it is spiritual. It could speak about spiritual protection. But remember, we are talking about the shadow side of Temperance. And we're talking about time. In the very beginning, it's like we're getting a cohesive theme here, Scorpio. But when this shows up, your patience might be razor thin. You might be losing patience with somebody or those around you. And just like this energy I've been picking up, it's very volatile. Even in the shadows with Temperance here, it's like, yeah, Scorpio, they don't really have patience for stuff in the coming days and weeks. And I know, like I said, as a Scorpio myself, there's certain things we'll put up with, and our patience only goes so far, but it could be extra thin this week. So just take that and do with it what you will, my friends. But yeah, Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the April subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's fire and air signs. But for the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. Once again, we're going right back to it because it's gorgeous. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of May, I will pick the 2 winners at random, as always, my friends. Much love to you, and I'll see you next time.